Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Apothecary Pendant. This is the 137810. You know, there's a matching wall sconce and a matching singular pendant that can go over your kitchen island. They are all quite beautiful. You can be using this unbelievably nice, and I think I love glass. I'm a big glass collector. Hand-blown glass at Hubbardton Forge is having done for them. Really beautiful. You can just imagine the guy blowing the glass and it just kind of coming out just perfect. So anyway, moving on, why don't we talk about the size of the fixture body itself, and that's going to be independent of the rods that it's hanging from. It's coming in at 14.6 inches high, 40.5 inches wide. That's going to be your left to right measurement, and the depth is coming in at 8.4. Now the overall height, that's the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the actual ceiling itself, is going to give you a pretty good range. That's going to be encompassing all of the little rods too. 20.3 at its shortest, all the way to 62.3 at its longest. If you need yours to be longer than 62.3, drop me a quick email. Tell me what you need as far as a solid number. So it could be 108 or 208. We can go all the way to almost a second story if need be. So you would tell me you're looking at a 137810. You'd tell me the overall height you need. I'm going to send your email over to Hubbardton Forge's customs department, or we do customs every day, and then get a quote for you, and it's just that simple. Very good to do. Okay, moving on. Why don't we talk about this? Is coming in at 28.5 pounds all in. Canopy up in the ceiling is going to go over your standard 4-inch junction box, and that's what I have right here. This is a 4-inch J box, and this canopy is going to be 5 inches by 12. So I want to show you a bit more information about that and how it goes on the J box, and more information about the canopy. And a good way to do that is to look at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. Open that up for me. It's going to show you a full parts list of all the parts you're going to come with, including your glass. It's going to show you how it goes together, which we're going to talk about in a second. But it shows you some really good line drawings of how this all goes together, plus inside of that canopy and how it goes onto your J box. So it's good for you to look at that. Okay, on there you're also going to notice is a chart, and that chart is going to have a whole bunch of overall heights listed there, and that's going to be the distance from the bottom of the glass to the ceiling itself, and then which combinations of which of these rods you're going to use to get to those overall heights that are listed. So there you go. It's going to be coming with 6 pieces of the 12, 2 pieces of the 6, 2 pieces of the 3, a whole bunch of the little connectors to put them all together. And let's talk about how you put it together. You're going to take a table, put a blanket down to protect the table. You're not putting the glass on until this is all up, so just leave the glass off for a while and in a safe place. You're going to be putting the body of the fixture, the part that has the wires and sockets, down at one end. You're going to figure out from that chart which of these things you need for your overall height, and you're going to kind of lay them in a little line. And then you're going to be passing that wire through those pieces one by one. So you're going to go through a pipe, through a connector, through a pipe, through a connector, and you're going to exit that canopy, and then you're simply just going to screw them together. They go together super fast, super clean, and the engineering is so good you barely even see a line on them. It's really nice. It's a nice, elegant way to hang these things. So this is slope ceiling adaptable in one direction as standard product, and that's going to be going along the slope and not down the slope. If you are using a installation where you're going down the slope, best thing to do if you're doing slope period is just to email me images of the room and then the ceiling and how it's going over your table or island, so I can kind of walk through this with you and make sure you're getting the right thing for your sloped ceiling. Okay, let's talk about what's going on as far as lighting on this. This throws a lot of great task lighting. People use this over kitchen islands all the time for that. It's going to be using what's called a reflector bulb, and reflector bulbs shoot light in one direction. You're going to have 5 of these, and this is a GU10. You'll notice a GU10 socket actually takes a GU10 bulb that has a little prongs on the bottom, and it goes in and just turns and locks into place. This is an MR16. If you want to go incandescent, which would be a halogen, you can still do that up to 35 watts. And remember, you've got 5 of these to play with. However, this is an Amazon Basics version of LED, and I love this bulb. I use this all over our showroom where I have GU10 sockets, and it's just their house brand. It's very inexpensive. You can get them multi-packs. The color of the light's awesome. All kinds of good things to say about it. So And this is a 50-watt equivalent, so don't forget I've got 5 of these. That's a 250-watt equivalent of halogen light just from using an LED, so it's good. It's a good thing to look at. The color of the light is something I talk about all the time, and I would probably recommend a warm white, soft white, 3000 Kelvin. It'll list it right on that page. And it's also a dimmable fixture, so just make sure when you guys are looking at these bulbs, it says dimmable, and you're going to talk to your installer about putting the correct dimmer on the wall for you. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you are on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over in the red tabs with the pictures in them over there. You're going to see a Finishes Help Guide tab. Open that up for me. It's going to be a video there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes, how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart just down below, so scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a chart. You can click on that chart, so you can click on dark smoke, you can click on soft gold, doesn't matter. Big page will pop up showing you lots of different things in that finish. You can go back to the chart and you'll notice there's letters A's on them, letter B's on some of those things, and that's going to be showing you this range of variants that you can expect to see on different translucent finishes, but I'll talk about all of that in the video, okay? Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. And those same red tabs, you're going to see a what's on display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.